Welcome to Answering the Call with Max Wayne Adams, presented by 46 Labs. And now, here's your host, the man, the myth, the legend of the PSTN, Max Wayne Adams.
It's a great day at 46 Labs. Welcome to Answering the Call, the first of many podcasts that you're going to be seeing on whatever platform that you happen to be on. And I also want to introduce my sidekick on my right, the often imitated, never duplicated Andrew Stanley, who's our Senior Vice President of Wholesale at 46 Labs. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer, Max Adams, and I'm going to be trying to run this podcast today that delivers three unique points. The first is we're going to have a good time. We're the fun side of the island, and we're going to try to make it fun. The second is we're going to try to bring you people and points in the industry that are relevant on a weekly basis, monthly basis, quarterly basis, depending on when you actually access the platform that you're on. And today on our broadcast, we're very fortunate. We have Joe White. Who is Joe White? Well, that's why he's here. Joe White is a new 46er, and he is the Senior Vice President of Commercial Operations. And what does that really mean? We're going to find out. We're also going to talk.
The footprint keeps growing.
Yeah, it keeps growing. Well, that's what happens when you come to 46 Labs. Your job keeps getting bigger. And we're gonna figure out what Joe does, and the purpose of this is to make sure that Joe, those of you that don't know Joe, Andrew and I've known Joe. How long, Andrew?
20 years. Maybe.
20 years.
25.
Yeah,
we've known Joe for a long time, so in a good way in the industry, but everyone at 46 Labs is going to have access to this broadcast, and part of the purpose is to bring people in that have a executive overtouch and an executive leadership role and are actually defining what some of our future products and services look like. So you can have a chance to meet them and see them and have them talk to you directly versus just seeing a name on a Teams message or an email. And so without further ado, I want to introduce Joe White. And Joe, welcome. Welcome to 46 Labs and welcome to Answering the Call. Can you give us a little bit about who you are and where you come from? Let us know who you are.
So I was actually thinking about this earlier. Next month will be 6 months that I've
Wow.
been here. Yeah.
That's great.
Got a lot done in 6 months.
A lot done. Keep going.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I been in technology my whole life. I started as a Microsoft consultant for law firms, and then from there somehow slipped into telecom. So started a telecom business in late 2009, and was able to be pretty successful with that. Ran that for 11 years, and then had an exit from that, and did some consulting work and took some time off, and found that you guys were over here doing great things and wanted to be a part of that.
Okay, so can you define consulting work for me? Because most people, when they hear consultant, they think a guy that's getting paid for not doing anything. So what did you?
We're not supposed to tell everybody.
No. But what did you do? What did you do?
That's supposed to be our secret.
Because I got a lot of guys that I know that are consultants. They don't do anything. So can you tell me describe some of your consulting engagements?
Yeah, I mean, post-sale, there was kind of a different touch level that my former customers had with my company.
Yep.
That they no longer experienced post-acquisition. So a lot of them wanted me to come on and help them from product and regulatory, operations, systems, you name it. It was different depending on the kind of DNA of the business. But a lot of managed service providers, a fiber provider, contact center provider, kind of touched all those different verticals, and all of them had different unique challenges where they didn't feel like they were getting the same level of service and white glove that we had offered previously, which being part of the sale of that, kind of stinks. You feel bad because you know
Right.
you had the level of service here and everything transitions and they didn't have the same feeling. So yeah, it was primarily legacy customers that wanted me to come and help them.
Awesome. So this
And-
is.
and
Go ahead. I'm
Joe,
sorry.
Think about this. I mean, how long have we been doing business together? A
Long time. Yeah.
Through all the different companies. So, I mean,
Yeah.
hats off to you.
No, that's been great.
Yeah, you're still in it to win it.
Still in it. Still here.
Um,
There's legends of people that have gotten out of telecom, but I can't think of one.
I know, right? It's hard to get out of.
They always get dragged back.
get
Get
sucked
pulled back in.
Sucked back in. Before I continue, I failed to mention in my opening that we're coming to you live, or maybe when you see this, it won't be live, but I'm coming to you live right now from 46 Labs Galactic headquarters located in downtown Dallas, Texas, in the West End, in our offices. And so whether you're a 46er listening to this podcast, broadcast, or whether you're someone else that's listening to it that happens to be a customer, or maybe you want to be a customer, I would strongly encourage you to think about that. Come see us downtown. We got it going on down here. It's the fun side of the island. It's a great space. And so I forgot to say that. So consider that a public service announcement in the middle of what we're talking about.
That was
All right.
probably one of the biggest things when I came out here to see you guys last year.
Yep.
Was walking in and looking at this office and going, what on earth are they doing here? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, Joe, let's shift gears for a second. I've met with a lot of the three-letter carriers, some of the big guys in the industry, and they all have recently said the same thing, and that is we kind of pushed voice off to the side. We've gone platform, we've gone messaging, we've gone content, we've gone this, we've gone that, a lot of different things, but all have said recently we're leaning back into voice.
Yep.
And why do you think that the industry at large is leaning back into voice? I've got my own thoughts, but I'd like to hear yours.
Yeah, so you're right. That we heard that resonate from everyone that we met with at PTC and some of the other places. And I kind of chuckled when I heard it because we never left.
Exactly.
Right? It was always one of those things where, I think it comes down to with a lot of those big guys, what Wall Street wants to see, no different than some of the Twilios and bandwidths and how they market themselves. Don't want to be considered a carrier or a messaging provider, just a pipe. They want to be platform because the valuations are higher and, it makes the stock price go up. But at the end of the day, voice is the core part of all of our businesses, right? It's what keeps the light on.
100.
So, the better that you do that, the better you can win at that, and the more market share you can gain, that's how you win.
That's how you win. And at the end of the day, people like to talk to people.
That's right.
They do.
That's right.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you got an issue, people want to talk to somebody on the other side. If you got a complaint, people want to talk to you on their side. If you have something that you want to extol the greatness of the counterparty, they want to talk to you on the other side. I think that, the people in my sales organization have heard me say probably more than once that sales is a contact sport. Business is a contact sport. And short of us being right next to each other, the best way to contact someone is something that does not have delay tolerance.
That's
and
right.
That's a voice conversation. I can sit on your email in a server for 4 hours, nobody gives a shit.
Walk away, pretend I didn't get it.
Right? I can do the same thing. I can actually do the same thing with a text message. I
Yep.
can do, it's, the only
Everyone-
thing I can't do it is, sorry, Andrew. is
Everyone
video.
can hide behind it.
Everyone can hide behind it. So anyway, while others are leaning back into voice, we've been heavy into voice and continue to be heavy into voice. But we're not only voice, and we can get to that, and we'll get to that in, future podcasts, because it's a great new world at 46 Labs.
Oh, yeah,
A lot
lots of
going
stuff.
on. But can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing now with the origination side of the business and some of the things that you're in charge of, trying to get, moved out into the marketplace, and really what that means to our clients, whether it's a wholesale client or an enterprise customer, because we have a big enterprise base. And I'm real excited about all of it because I know that it's going to create value, and that's what I'm about, is creating value for the other side. And so if you maybe touch on where you're going with your group and what that means to us, and more importantly, what it means to our customers and our stakeholders.
Sure. Yeah. One thing I was going to say about the voice side is, it's interesting. Every year one of the largest telecom days in the year is Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
No one. You know how mad your mom would be if you sent her a text message or an email?
Yeah. Well,
I would.
That
Actually,
happens. That happens.
Yeah. But I mean, that's one of those things where that shows you how important that is, right? When
Yeah.
you look at those graphs. But yeah, we've got a ton of things going on right now. One of the big pieces was the origination. So we've done some great acquisitions here at 46 Labs. One of those had a large footprint of numbering throughout the United States and CLECs all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So part of what I've been doing, this year is getting all that connectivity reestablished, getting those numbers in service so that we can now have, not just the core products that we had before, but now have, whole nationwide origination, and then also all the services on top of that. So, with a DID, then you can message enable it. You can send SMS and MMS. You can use it in our customer experience and customer communication platform.
Joe, is that a nice way of saying that 46 Labs is now in the SMS business?
We are in the SMS business.
I like it.
Yeah. RCS, SMS, you name it. Any WhatsApp, any channel that you need to be connected to, we've got a tool.
I love it.
I like it. Omni-channel.
Omni-channel.
There you go.
Andrew.
Hey, that's the new thing.
Wow. You must have studied up before we got
Well,
on this call.
I
What
did.
happened?
I went online and looked at some.
He
shit.
stated an Omni once.
Okay, he stated it. I love it. I love it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to throw out there, and Phillip, who we can thank for this podcast, I'm going to do a shout out to
Our producer.
Phillip Constantinides, who is our producer, publicist, all things everything.
I haven't been here long enough to spell his last name. I still have to copy
Nobody
it.
can. It's okay. That's why you go to email. It'll show it to you.
That's
Just
right.
you pull it up. But one thing that I wanted to, bring up is that we are approaching football season. And one of the things that's going to intrigue a lot of people is I'm going to be doing picks here when football season starts. I am probably the world's greatest prognosticator when it comes to SEC football. Now, I will also preface this by saying this is not for gambling. This is for entertainment value only. However, if you want to tune in and get my picks to click, my 3-star locks, as it were, and I think I might have missed a game 3 years ago. I can't remember which one it was, but against the line, against the spread, money line, parlays, you've come to the right place. And so, anyway, that's going to be coming. Got to hang in there a little bit, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And it's not going to cost you anything. That's the most important thing.
You get points. Get in there and do points.
Absolutely. And then also on future broadcasts, just to do a little foretelling, you'll be able to send your questions in. You'll be able to send Phillip and Georgie a text or an email while we're doing this.
Or how about call him on the phone?
Or you could, hey, how about call them on the
I
phone?
love it. I love it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
Why not?
I stand corrected. That's why you're here, Joe. That's why you're Joe White. So yeah, so you can call them. We'll set up we'll set up an 800 number because I'm sure that
There you go.
And we do
probably,
that.
We'll probably need a contact center to field the amount of calls that'll come in.
And you start searching for toll-free numbers that end in call max.
call Max or answer the call. It's too many letters. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that we're able to field them and we're able to get them up here because I'm sure everyone's going to have questions, and we would be all too happy to answer those questions the best we can. But anyway, the goal for answering the call is to be a bi-directional, two-way street podcast / broadcast. We want to interact with the people that are watching us, and we want to be able to provide the news, not the weather.
That's right.
So that's what we're doing.
And we're not opposed to shameless advertising.
No,
That's right.
not at all.
So Terry Blacks, if you're out there, we're looking for sponsors.
Not at all. I mean, I should have a giant
stuff.
I should have a giant plate of Terry Black's ribs sitting here.
Yeah.
I should have a bottle of, I don't know, maybe a vodka distillery that exists down in Austin. I'm not going to do them the benefit of giving a name out at this moment in time. However, there's plenty of them. Yeah, you never know. So this is goodness. Now, I want to turn the corner here for a second. I want to ask you what you think. Now, I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
And I know it, but that's why you're here. What do you consider to be the biggest hurdles and threats as we exist today going into where we exist tomorrow in the voice business?
Yeah, I mean, in the voice business, I think it's more about just being able to have unique connectivity and provide unique things for our customers. So, being as close to the end user as possible. And we do that through our tandem services. We do that through our direct connectivity to the PSTN throughout the country, the hundreds of DS3s that we have. That's one. And then I think for 46 Labs, it's also being able to have the completeness of vision when it comes to what our customers are looking for, right? So our customers typically aren't just voice, right? They have a messaging component, they have contact centers, they've got different needs with all of those. Our new messaging platform, has AI built in. So we're talking about a political campaign where they want to send out text messaging and actually having it'll be interactive, where you load the candidates' platform, how they feel about all the bills and the laws and what they represent, and it just naturally can have a conversation with one of the constituents that they're sending a message to. And if they want to know, how do you feel about Proposition XYZ, it'll give them a full answer, from what the candidate has on their website or wherever it may be. I think those tools, they layer on and they create a total solution for our customers, and I think that's what everybody's looking for.
I do too. And one of the things that we never really market, and one of the things that never gets espoused out into the literature is compliance. And 46 Labs spends an inordinate amount of time ensuring that their customers don't run afoul of whatever the compliance requirements are from the FCC, FTC. You pick a three-letter, soup name that is constantly putting constraints, and constraints is a bad word, putting rules onto how we do business in order to protect the public trust. And I think a lot of those are very valid, but we have to comply with those things, especially when you run a network, whether it's voice, data, video, or whatever the workload is that you're transporting. So we spend a lot of resources and a lot of time ensuring that not only do we comply and comport with those mandates and rule suggestions, but we also spend a lot of time working with our customers to make sure that they are whole and they understand what those requirements are and that they do it. And we provide them the tooling and or matter expertise to get them where they need to be. And so that's just an added benefit. I don't want to be an advertisement for 46 Labs, but I am kind of, So.
I mean, it is behind you lit up.
Well, end of the day, everyone's dealing with the same complaints.
Yeah, and listen, I am also, I work here, been in telecom, but guess what? I'm also a member of the public, and one of the consumers that the FTC and FCC and all those guys are trying to protect, and the do not call database and the robocall mitigation database and all those things are pretty new. Well, not the DNC is not new, but robocall mitigation, stir shaken, all those things that have tried to be guardrails to keep and make sure that people aren't getting spammed and that is a valid call. Those are all important. And they are it's a lot. Yeah. There's network changes and technology that has to be invested in and everything else to comply. But
changes every day.
Yeah, but we want to make sure at the same time that we're protecting the consumer.
And not only in the U.S., but everywhere else.
That's right.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Not to be lost on anyone, 46 Labs is a global operator. So we're doing business in every jurisdiction in the world. If every 46 Labs employee views this, which they all will, you're talking about, I think, every continent but Antarctica, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe,
right.
Not,
we need to look into that.
Well, let's look into that. I don't know, but maybe I got everyone but one right, or maybe there's another carve out. And then while we're sitting here in the studio, watching is Robert Bitton. And the reason why I bring Robert Bitton up is Robert Bitton is at the front end of our enterprise effort, and he runs our strategic enterprise account group. And we're doing some great things in the enterprise community, and we are doing and have, with a lot of the things that Joe talked about, the ability to do so much more and create so much more value globally, especially if you're an enterprise that touches different parts of the globe. If you're not talking to 46 Labs and you're not talking to Robert, then you're missing the mark. You're leaving money on the table, and you're leaving operational efficiency on the table, and you're leaving peace of mind on the table. And so, anyway, that's my shout out to you, Bobby. And he paid me a lot for that, but I'm not going to disclose how much.
Was that a paid ad for him?
I'm not going to disclose what the under the table aspect of that was. But anyway.
But we're going to have Coke next week.
100%. So, Andrew, is there anything that you want to, that's on your mind, top of mind, that you want to bring up?
Exciting to me is the Texas Stock Exchange.
Oh, yeah. Y'all Street.
They just leased a building.
Oh, yeah.
BOC and
so I don't know if I'm sure everyone's aware that's in North America. Maybe they're not. But, you've got two great mercantiles in the U.S. One's New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ. You've got Chicago and what they do with commodities, commodity trading. You're about to have Dallas, Texas, the Texas Stock Exchange, affectionately referred to as Y'all Street, and all the big houses from Merrill Lynch to, Goldman
JP.
to
everyone,
all the big ones. Yeah. They're all constructing massive buildings and making preparations in order to move a considerable amount of their operations down to literally walking distance from this office that we're doing this podcast, which is another reason you ought to come down here. You can go check out Y'all Street. But what's, why? It's because Texas is open for business, and it's a great opportunity. And what do these guys rely on? Other than data transfer, real-time communication.
That's right.
They rely on real-time communication. So we're front and center in working with this group to provide secure, which is the operative word, real-time communication, in order to facilitate what is required to be. It won't be long before before the Texas Stock Exchange is on par with the other two big trading houses. It's already etched in stone. So anyway,
I didn't know anything about this.
No,
so,
it's huge.
So what is the?
Massive.
So is it supposed to? You have the NASDAQ for tech, and you have the NYC. Like, what is the? Is it supposed to be tech? Is it supposed to be? What is it supposed to encompass? You've got a ton of tech in Texas, so I didn't know.
It's going to encompass everything, and it's going to come down to arbitrage, like everything else
Sure.
does, with how much money you can make if you list here versus how much money you can make if you list there.
Right.
You'll be listed in many instances in both places, and to the winner goes the foil. But the conditions for doing business is just, when it comes to taxation and tax abatement and a lot of the other economic development benefits that exist in certain places, I don't think you could argue the fact that Texas is more open for business than
sure.
other
Yeah,
places.
absolutely.
And, that's fine. And I don't want to turn this into a political commentary, because I could do another 2 hours on that if you wanted me to, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, but Andrew's point is very valid, and that is, I could argue that at a moment in time, Dallas was the tech emanator of switching and routing software technology in the tech corridor, and all the bigs are down here, from a network perspective, and we're about to be in the same boat from a financial services perspective.
I mean, even just rehoming of companies. You got SpaceX, you've got Tesla, you've got Dell's here. There's so many giant technology companies.
Yeah.
100%. So, anyway. Joe, what do you want to do? What do you want to see in the next 6 months at 46 Labs?
What do I want to see in the next 6 months at 46 Labs? I want to see some of our customers utilizing some of our new product portfolio and doing cool and unique different things.
Nice.
Because, we look at it as a sales organization or as an engineering organization and think of, here's the use case. And then we go out and we talk to a customer, kind of like we did last month in Chicago, and then they say something that's completely different. It still works for that, but that use case, never flowed through any of our ideas when we were thinking of how can we best meet the needs of the customer. And I think when we find out sometimes with existing products that we have, how they're using it, I think that's always very interesting. I love that.
I love it too. And the moral to that story is from a platform perspective, from a software perspective, from a network connectivity globally perspective, there's not anything 46 Labs can't do that they don't already do. But that next thing that a customer, whether they're a service provider or an enterprise, may need to really set their business apart and give them a competitive advantage, it really comes down to asking the question.
Yeah.
And understanding what it is you need. And then if we can't do it quicker, faster, better than somebody else, I don't think it can be done. Now, I can be proved wrong, but normally I'm not when it comes to leveraging our capabilities. So,
And football picks, apparently.
well, we know that. I mean, that's a given.
really, what we're really good at is solving a problem.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's why you're here, Andrew.
I mean, because you have a round hole and a square peg.
Yeah.
And we'll smash it in there and make it work.
I think some of the best conversations that we have are when they're typically, at least in my experience, I've had a couple of great product and big business done with a existing customer when they're just talking about a problem they're having kind of somewhere else and they didn't think of us for that. And then we go, well, hang on. Tell me more about that.
Maybe we can build that bridge.
And then we go,
Yeah.
we can fix that. We can
All
make that better.
So we're nearing the end. So Joe, tell me a little bit about what you like to do when you're not messing with network. What do you do for fun?
I play a lot of golf. I like to go do things with my kids. I've got two 11-year-old identical twin girls. So they're in two different schools and have different things. So it's, I'm an Uber driver in Atlanta, Georgia, basically, for my children.
Daddy Uber?
Daddy Uber.
I know the feeling.
I'm Daddy
All right.
Uber.
So what's your handicap?
It was an 11.5.
All right. So you would be great on a scramble, a 46 lab scramble.
Oh, I'm a great scramble partner.
We'd probably have
Me,
to get
Georgie. Yeah.
Well,
Georgie can play well.
Georgie's great.
I've heard Georgie plays a lot of golf.
Although, you know what?
I'm
Bobby
worried
beat him.
because how does he do his job if he's so good at golf? I don't
I
understand.
think it's just natural talent.
But
pure natural
I guess he's
talent.
just a natural talent. I don't know.
So if you had to stack the rank,
Yeah.
you have you, Georgie, Max, maybe me.
I don't know.
I
Bobby beat Georgie. He's not going to.
No.
He hates it when people say that. You tie?
Robert was
No, you were telling me you guys went out and he played lights out.
no. I know for a fact Robert Bitton was the Girl Scouts of America club champion. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. He carried that whole deal. He won it border to border.
Invite 46 labs to a scramble. I think we're good.
I think we're good. I think we can play. Member guest, pro-ams, all of that. We're open for business. We got people that can play, won't embarrass you, get the ball down the course, move it forward. Yeah, we're good. So, all right, go ahead.
One thing I wanted to bring up is something that I didn't know when even dealing with 46 Labs before working here. What's behind the name 46 Labs?
Okay, I'm going to do this again. I do it a lot.
I know, but
I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Don't you think it's good for the inaugural podcast?
Yeah, why not? So what's in the name, right? And so, and I've heard this, I actually get this from Trevor Francis, who's our founder, CEO, and I think I might have heard both stories from him. I don't know, but here are the two prevailing theories. First prevailing theory is if you look at your dial pad and you go from the 1 down to the 4 and you go all the way across, it's a 6, and that maybe you look at the dial pad and 4, 6, both sides. Okay. The other, we were initially incorporated in Edmond, Oklahoma, and that was the 46th state of the union.
That's the one I heard.
So pick one of those and, run with it, roll with it, whatever you like. And that's what is going to be. But those are the two theories. Now, is there another theory out there? Probably. I would ask
Send yours in.
I would ask you to submit your theory.
Send it in. 'Cause
If you have a better theory, maybe we have a 46 Labs theory. Why is 46 Labs, and we do something and center something around an award. Who knows? I don't know.
I can tell you one thing. Everyone that works at 46 Labs loves it.
Oh, yeah.
So they
Yeah.
Phenomenal place to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, in closing, I got a request for a Rangers versus Astros prediction for the weekend.
Okay, that's good. We got
Rangers,
followers?
Rangers will definitely win the series, 2-3. There you have it. Now, I'm gonna put a proviso in there. I don't know where Uvalde is because he had a little tension in his elbow. If he's not pitching, it could be up for grabs. But I'm still going with the Rangers because they're my hometown team. So that's what we're doing there. All right. So
when it's the Braves, then
I don't
we know who's going to win that
I
one.
could give 3 shits about the Braves. No, I'm joking. I love the Braves. They're okay. They're whatever.
We're on a tear, man.
Yeah. So I'm going to wrap this up. In closing, thank you so much, Joe, for being here. I know
Yeah,
it wasn't
no,
easy
thanks
for you
this
to
is
get
great.
here and do this. You had some plane, train, automobile problems, and here you are, and you're a welcome member to the team, and just you've made an immediate impact on our business, and we appreciate you. Andrew, as always, you're the man, and I couldn't do it without you, and you know that. And so, coming at you live from the galactic headquarters of 46 Labs in downtown Dallas, Texas, it's Max Adams. This is Answering the Call, and I can't wait to talk to you again, and I'll see you soon.